Hello, this is VCM Robeson. So this is the introduction to the monologue from the bear, which I like to call Mikey. Where did you go? And the reason I am doing this monologue is because ultimately it helped me to bond with my mother after the passing of my grandfather, William John Murphy. He passed away March 24th, 2022, and me and my mother, understandably, we didn't get along after his passing because I wasn't there to help her deal with her feelings. So, but a couple of months after he passed, we saw the show The Bear, and the final episode shows Carmi right in an Al-Anon meeting talking about his brother. And I felt like, I kind of felt like, my grandfather had left me in the dust too, like his brother had. So I decided after 1 year of his passing, I would choose to do the same monologue that helped me and my mother to get back together as, as relatives, that made us bond and made us become really better as people. There are many different things that are of different meanings in the video. Like, for instance, the Two Towers book was one of my grandfather's favorite books. Hence why, in the conclusion, I read it at one point. But also, this is my own version of it. I adapted it. I changed it a little bit while I was acting. And I really hope y'all like it. Have a good one. Peace. My brother, my name is Common. My brother, he is an addict. Before I went to the funeral this morning, I was a cook. I mean, I am a cook. Just a different type of cook, I guess, anyway. Me and my brother would cook a lot together when we were younger. Food was always our common ground. When we were little, we grew up and dreamt of opening up our own restaurant. We had a name, we had a vibe, we had all of it. My brother was one of those people who didn't take shit. If you tried to come up with a lame excuse, he would always tell you to just face it, to not try and bullshit your way out of something. Like, when I didn't want to do something, he would always tell me to just face it. And this is how he would always say it. He would always say, let it rip. He was just that hilarious. He was obnoxious. He was something else. And I was just never built like that. When I was growing up, I had a stutter. I was scared to speak half the time. I got crappy grades in school because I couldn't pay attention. I didn't go to college. I didn't have no girlfriends because I didn't think I was funny. But me and my brother, we grew up close. And I used to think that I knew everything about him. We were just that close and he was just that magnetic. But the thing is, everybody thought that he was their best friend. That he was going to be there for them. And that hurt, Never having somebody stable to look up to. He was always drifting towards this person or that. And at the time, I didn't know why. But as we got older, he started doing drugs, but I didn't know. What does that say about me? And as he started doing drugs and as we started getting older, he wouldn't let me in the restaurant anymore, and that hurt, you know. It made me realize I didn't know anything about him when he started not letting me in the restaurant anymore. And it made me think, it flipped a switch in me. It made me think, okay, screw you. It made me aspire, and it made me set a goal for myself that I would work in the best restaurants in the world. Like, screw mom and dad's piece of crap. And the funny thing is, that's just what I did. And I got the shit kicked out of me. I cut herbs, I shucked oysters and clams and uni. And I got calluses on my fingers and on my wrist. And my stomach was... And it was everything. And the funny thing is, the more I got into the restaurant business, the more I would feel at peace. I knew which proteins, which vegetables, which temperatures went together and all that crap. And when a new person came into a restaurant, this Bastage, I was like, I am going to smoke this mother Hubbard. And then as my confidence and my fame grew, the happier I would get. I felt like I could talk through my creativity, like I could communicate through the food. I knew which things went together, but the more and faster I got, and the more fast I would get, and the more popular I would get, the more my brother would distance himself. And I just wanted him to be like, good job! I wanted that pat on the back from him. And the more and faster I got and the better I got, the more our relationship would kind of strain. But the restaurant was quiet, yet alive and busy and exciting. And the more things kept going on and the better things got, the more bad things would happen with my brother, until at one point he just died. And he left me his restaurant, which I'm trying to fix up. Last few months haven't been easy because I've been trying to fix it up. But the more I work on it, the more I realize that what I'm really trying to repair is the relationship between me and my brother. Because I know this means a lot to a lot of people, just like our relationship meant a lot to our mother and our cousin and our brothers. Everybody else, I just don't know if it meant anything to him.
What?